Anyway, let's move on. President Biden and Donald Trump are setting out on the midterm campaign trail to support their candidates, okay?
To the November elections traditionally begins on Labor Day, so we've officially entered busy season for political correspondence. President Biden will visit Pittsburgh and Milwaukee today, campaigning for local candidates. Mr. Biden and former President Donald Trump have been busy rallying their voters,
We're gonna pee again.
each accusing the other of threatening America's future. Scott McFarland is at the White House for us this morning. Scott, what can we expect from the president's trip?
Hey, Ed, good morning. President Biden will spend this Labor Day rallying labor with speeches before major unions in those two states with particularly pivotal, competitive statewide elections, Wisconsin and Pennsylvania. And he won't be the only one out campaigning. Neither has his name on the ballot this November, but President Biden and his predecessor are making their cases on the campaign trail. Today, after a speech in Milwaukee, the president travels to Pittsburgh, his third visit to Pennsylvania in less than a week, underscoring the stakes of elections there.
Equality and democracy are under assault.
It comes after a fiery speech in Philadelphia last Thursday.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic.
Over the weekend, Republicans accused the president of giving a divisive political speech.
If this was a speech to unify the American people, it had just the opposite effect. It basically condemned all Republicans who supported Donald Trump.
The White House said the criticism was only directed at those who've incited violence and continue to deny the 2020 election results.
He is calling on Democrats, independents, mainstream Republicans to really come.
I love that, dude. I do. Hold on, let me take this fucking... Okay. The idea that, like, Joe Biden is this scary guy while he is simultaneously, like, unironically a 900-year-old corpse that they wheel off every now and then after pumping him full of, like, the best kind of drugs that you do not have access to is a hilarious one. Like, this man has, like, 30 minutes in the tank at most, okay, on his best day, when he's pumped full of fucking the best baby spinal fluid, adrenochrome. He's got like 35 fucking minutes on the clock, and you're over here being like, dude, this guy who's literally a walking corpse is going to fucking kill every Republican. Why is he going to kill every Republican? Well, because he had the audacity to say something along the lines of, MAGA Republicans, not all Republicans, some of the Republicans, a small fraction of the Republicans are going a little crazy with their nonsense.
Come together and make that decision and stand together to make their voices heard so that we can protect what is the most important to our value as a country.
He's an enemy of the state. You want to know the truth?
On Saturday,
which is pretty funny because, like, Donald Trump will literally say things like that, as we watched before, as we watched on Saturday alongside Ted Nivison. But ultimately, Republicans crying like this is a good thing and not a bad thing. Why? Because it makes them look feckless, makes them look cowardly, makes them look silly, and makes them look funny, in my opinion. I only hope that there are... Like, I'm not a fucking liberal. I don't like Joe Biden. But I do wish that there were more liberals in media that do claim that they like Joe Biden and the Democratic Party making better fucking content. Okay? Like, how are you going to be a libtard and not actually fucking use this as an opportunity to be like, Biden is great, he's strong, and you guys are bitch made and crying because you're weak? Like, what are you doing? Why is liberal media also rushing to do the both sides shit on this? It pisses me off. Behave in the same way. If you want people to watch your content, then copy what Tucker Carlson is doing and do it from the liberal Democratic Party side. What is wrong with you? It's the easiest thing, dude. It is absolutely the easiest thing you could do. And yet, media still fails on that note. They have to go both sides. They have to both sides this shit every time.
Saturday, former President Trump also in Pennsylvania.
Why the fuck would you want to be Tucker Carlson? That man is dumb as fuck. What do you mean? Tucker Carlson is the most effective propagandist in the country right now. I wish that there were more liberals who were, you know, doing Tucker Carlson style propaganda for the liberal cause, whatever the fuck that is. But of course, that idea in and of itself is a silly one too, because the liberal cause in and of itself is also a difficult one to discern because it changes. It is also reactionary to a certain degree, and it works. It works as a counterbalance, or rather, controlled opposition, but a counterbalance to the Republican cause, which is well defined: death and destruction, and maximizing the harm to your political enemies, which is marginalized people that you use as a consistent cudgel and a red herring. To galvanize the most reactionary people that you have brain broken into thinking that America and the West overall is being destroyed by homosexual Marxists.
Pennsylvania fired back.
They're trying to silence me, and more importantly, they are trying to silence you.
Appearing side by side with the Republican candidates in the state's U.S. Senate and gubernatorial races.
Trump
Doug
spent a Mastriano is a
sizable chunk of his
demon,
almost
too.
2-hour speech focused on the FBI search of his Mar-a-Lago resort, trying to fire up his base.
The FBI and the Justice Department have become vicious monsters, controlled by radical left scoundrels.
The Justice Department and Trump's legal defense are awaiting the ruling from the federal judge in Florida about whether to order that special master, that independent third party to review the record.
The judge already ordered it. Yes, there is an independent third party, and yes, you know, there will be an independent third party. So there it is.
Seized from Mar-a-Lago. No certainty on when that ruling's going to come, and no certainty on how or when it'll impact the midterm elections, which are now just 64 days away, Ed.
64 beautiful days. Scott McFarland, thank you. We'll be there for all of it.
Democrats are hoping the